The old Joe Silva special, the heavyweight opener. Jhonata Diniz, the minus 500 betting favorite, is 34. Alvin Hines is 33. Diniz taller by a couple of inches. We'll see if he can maximize what is a 5.5-inch edge in reach. All right, now for the intros. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas for UFC 317, Topuria versus Oliveira. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, an undefeated mixed martial artist holding a perfect professional record. 7 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 259.5 pounds. Fighting out of Grand Rapids, Minnesota, Alvin Goozie Hines. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record. 8 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 257.5 pounds. Fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil, Jhonata Diniz. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
The beautiful Red De La Cruz is here. Thank you, Red. I watched a UFC Connected video today on Jhonata Diniz. He's an adrenaline junkie, and he essentially took part in an MMA fight at 12,000 square feet in the air in an airplane, and then skydove out of it.
Oh, boy.
First MMA fight ever at 12,000 feet.
He loves skydiving. A big dude like that?
That's crazy.
All right, here we go. Alvin Hines making his UFC debut. He's in white.
Oh, nice right hand by Hines.
Nice and straight by Hines.
Expectation is that Hines is going to try to work his way inside, really, by any means necessary, to try to make this a ground fight.
He's got a nice right hand for a guy who's been fighting for 4 years, which is really kind of crazy.
Throws it nice and straight. You could see once he tried to throw it hard and he loaded up. If he stays within himself, then he can get Diniz to exchange with him. Maybe he can level change to try to get a takedown.
Oh, good left hook by Diniz. I like how Diniz threw that one low kick. I'd like to see more of that from him. Slow down Hines.
Hines has got a mouse under his eye already.
Yeah.
And he takes him down.
Oh! Illegal knee. Illegal knee.
No, that's...
Is it illegal?
I think it's legal, yeah.
One knee down.
It was 1 knee downer. It looked like he was coming back up. That was very close.
We got it from the truck. That it's clean.
Yep, his knee's up.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's legal.
And it looked like Diniz's arm actually blocked a big chunk of the damage.
Well, that's a bad mouse.
Yeah.
Already, huh?
For not a really big punch.
He got hit with a jab. That's one that tells you the power of Diniz, or it was the left hook. It also tells you that Alvin hasn't taken much damage to the face to build that callousing. There are guys that just cut very quickly or bruise bad.
Well, it's just so genetic, right? Remember BJ Penn? That dude never cut.
And the Diaz brothers just always had cuts.
Yep.
What a jab by Diniz a moment ago. Backed up Hines.
Diniz is starting to flow now. He's got the timing of Hines, it feels like.
Yeah, that educated left hand, that lead counter.
Wow, Hines is busted up. His nose is bleeding already. Diniz must have very heavy hands because he hasn't hit him really hard yet. Oh, that was a Nice left hook.
He's got to stop loading up. If you're Hines, you got to stop loading up whenever you want to try to make one count. You got to let it come. Nice double leg shot.
It's a shot.
Nice defense.
Well, get the gambler's perspective by checking out UFC on the Line on UFC Fight Pass. The team gives you all the best bets for tonight's card. You can check it out now only on UFC Fight Pass.
Look at the damage on the left leg, and only from a few shots by Diniz. Heavy kicks.
And that's always a question, right? When you get a guy that's young in his career, that's been kind of dominating the regional scene, and he starts to take damage, how does he respond? How does Hines respond to what he's getting shown by Diniz?
A lot of blood coming out of the nose of Hines. It appears to be bothering him a little bit.
Oh, he got stung. He got stung bad with that left hook.
Diniz switched it up there, showed him the right hand, and gave him a straight left. Those leg kicks are going to be a real problem if he doesn't check it. Oh my God, he is beat up.
And he's slowing down, right? So the power is diminishing in the punches of Hines, and Diniz is sensing that.
Now it looks like he got a cut over his left eye.
And he is busted up. Diniz is doing a good job of that fadeaway left hook. He's stepping just slightly out of range. There's a good body kick by Hines, partially blocked.
Nice entry by Hines, who is fighting valiantly in a fight that he got the call for just 18 days ago.
So much damage.
That's a crazy amount of damage, right? Another left hook lands.
Knee to the body by Diniz and a left hand.
Stop reaching for that right hand. Use your feet. Double jab, move your feet. Gotta stop reaching.
You gotta play the music. You gotta show that takedown. He's biting on that takedown. You just gotta throw it. You gotta show it. All right? You're doing good. Take a deep breath.
Deep breath.
You're not tired.
Here's a nice left hand, just right on the nose by Diniz. And here's a right hand that catches Hines charging in. And there's a beautiful jab by Diniz. Just outclassing him with technical striking in the first round.
Later tonight, Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira will close out International Fight Week and crown a new lightweight champ in the main event. Also a flyweight title matchup between Brazilian star Alexandre Pantoja and challenger Kai Kara-France. UFC 317 can be purchased right now on ESPN+. Go to UFC.com/PPV if you are outside the U.S. All right, the Hines corner looking for more wrestling. Easier said than done, but we'll see how soon we see a level change here, round two. Coach Dean Thomas with us all night. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to give credit to whoever the boxing coach is for Hines, because he said, and I quote this, use your feet. And that's the problem with what Hines is doing right now. Is he's not using his feet enough, because everything he's doing is just a little bit too far. As you see right there, coming a little bit too short on that right hand and a little bit too short on them double legs. If he were to just take another step forward, he'd be able to land his marks.
Thank you, Dino.
Heavy low kick by Diniz.
I mean, he just keeps getting hit with that counter left hook.
Yeah, and he drops his hand when he throws his left. So he's dropping his right, which leaves him open for that left hook. And he just fade away left hook every time. There's another left hook lands. Oh.
Diniz is starting to feel himself there. Really starting to find the flow in there against Goozie. And now, Alvin's starting to throw his punches a little bit short because he's not sure that he can reach Diniz. So he throws, but he's throwing it not fully committing because he's kind of worried about the left hook coming back in his direction. There it is.
Oh, that was a big one. That was a big one. That one stung him. Boy, Hines is tough, though.
Yeah, he is.
He's so tough.
Hines has got to do a better job of setting up these takedowns, though, man. They're so blind that he's not throwing anything in front of him. And he's taking way too many low calf kicks.
I mean, this is what you get when you're a guy that's really been training for a very short amount of time, facing a seasoned striker.
Especially when you can't put that guy down.
Right.
If you take Diniz down, then he slows down a little bit. His striking gets in that lead. And he hurt him there with a left hook again. Oh!
That's a big urgent right hand from Hines now.
Hines is a dog, though.
He is a dog. He's so game.
Diniz not forcing the issue, picking his spots well. Hines retreats under 2 minutes to go in round 2. Perhaps fatigue starting to set in a little bit for Hines.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times you can feel like you're in great shape, and when you start taking damage, you start to feel that gas tank empty a little bit. 18 days training, trying to get prepared, and then kind of being on the wrong end of a beating for 9.5 minutes. It's very difficult. But Hines is still showing how tough he is.
They both landed left hooks there.
Yes, they did. I mean, Hines' pressure is impressive.
Especially considering the amount of damage he's taking.
Yes. And I think because he's got Diniz going backwards so much, when Diniz was starting to really find himself, he was being the advancing party. He was the guy that was going first, but it seems as though Hines is refusing to allow him to start.
And still has enough energy to throw in a spinning back fist. Good left for Diniz.
Every time he's throwing the punches, he's dropping that right hand.
Yes. Diniz's left hook looks phenomenal tonight, though. It's always on that second punch. Diniz throws the right hand, and then he really tries to sit on that left hook. Oh!
Right there. Diniz is tired.
Diniz is tired. You could tell at the end of the second round, he was starting to get tired.
Senta, vai. Só respira.
Just
Puxa pelo
breathe,
nariz, solta
just
pela
breathe,
boca. Cadê o gelo?
just inhale.
Puxa, bem
through the
devagar.
nose, just
Controla a
exhale through your mouth.
respiração.
Okay, just control your mouth.
Outra.
Right there you
Mais
go.
devagar, só pelo nariz.
Control the
Puxa.
breathing, just through the nose now.
Isso, a água tá na tua mão, você vai beber a hora que você quiser.
Water's
Diniz,
right
a
there
gente tá
whenever
ganhando
you
muito bem a luta.
Listen, we're winning
Você não
this
pode
very
entrar no game
well.
dele.
Can't get into
Tá?
his
Não vai
game.
brigar com ele.
Don't brawl
Continua
right now.
machucando
Just
ele,
continue
Diniz.
to damage.
Usa o boxe e às vezes
use the
quando machucar esse
boxing.
perna pra
Take a
trás.
shot of water.
Play the music, bro. When you're up and down, you're leaving him wide open.
Even if
For anything, he's gonna eat anything.
Even if you miss that right hand and comes up short, you gotta throw that hook.
Let's go.
All right, brother. Last round. Leave it in here.
Let's go.
UFC Fight Pass is your home for top global combat sports organizations like Cage Warriors, LFA, and more, plus the exclusive home of UFC BJJ. Watch rising MMA stars and explore the world's largest fight library, including UFC Pride, WEC, and Strikeforce on UFC Fight Pass.
I gotta tell you, Diniz looks uniquely tired, considering he hasn't really taken a lot of big shots, and you know, he hasn't really been pressed that much. I mean, Hines is putting a pace on him, but he's not landing a lot. But Diniz looked exhausted in that second round of the corner.
Yeah.
Well, you saw him go to the corner in between rounds and just throw his hands on the top of the cage. Now, his corner did tell him, don't play his game. You don't need to brawl. but I don't know that he can not brawl because Hines is so intent on pressure.
Right. And Hines looks to be the fresher fighter despite all the damage he's taken.
And it's not as though the output has been crazy from Diniz, right? He's sort of taken what the fight has given him. He's only attacked the body a couple of times.
I think that would benefit him, John. Some body shots would slow Hines down.
That's a good short shot from Diniz. Looked like the right hand partially landed for Hines. That one did not.
But if you're Hines, you've got to be pressing the entire 5 minutes.
Yeah, especially looking at the posture, just what you're seeing out of Diniz. He looks like he's feeling it.
Yeah, and Diniz is a better striker. Hines is just a tough guy. Diniz has the ability to go to the body. If Hines knew how to dig some body shots, he would really cause some issues for Diniz.
Diniz very much reactive, though, right now. Sitting on the lead a little bit.
I think he's exhausted.
There it is.
Yeah, this is a nice right hand to the body.
Hines is in some pretty impressive shape.
Good low kick. Yeah, and just tough.
Oh.
Right?
You hear his corner say he's gassed.
He
Get
is
right,
gassed.
get right.
Plenty of time.
Oh, he poked him.
I didn't see it. It was our back. His back was to us, and we didn't get a chance to see the impact, but I'd like to see it because it looked like he was really gassing there. Let's see it here.
Yep.
Yep.
Bring it to the eye.
And for Diniz, this is a welcome break.
Yeah. If I'm Diniz, I'm taking as much time as I need to catch my breath because he was really fading.
You want the doctors here? Okay. Just take a minute. I'm gonna give it a pound.
Looks like they are going to call the doctor in to take a look at that eye of Jhonata Diniz.
Hold on to this. Put that in your eye. His eyes okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get a wet towel on it.
Doctor seems to think the eye checked out okay. Looked like maybe it was the pinky of Alvin Hines that got in there.
Okay.
Diniz has 5 minutes to recover.
Stay right there.
Now this has been nice for Hines too, though. Hines gets a little break too.
Yeah, just keep control of your fingers. All right.
Sorry about that.
All right. Ready. Let's fight.
Yeah, Hines has got to press. His corner's telling him the exact right things. Diniz is going to feel better for a little bit. But a minute in, he'll start feeling that fatigue again if Hines presses him.
Useful right hand for Alvin Hines.
Oh, nice left hand by Diniz.
Champ, if you're Hines, you trying to wrestle or are you just trying to knock this guy's head off?
I shoot takedowns just in order to get him to drop his hands. Because you got to make him defend takedowns. That's why he's tired. Because he's had to sprawl so much over the course of his 15 minutes.
Diniz has stuffed 7 of 8 takedown attempts thus far.
Nice kick by Jhonata.
Ooh. Good low leg kick and a partial left hand from Jhonata Diniz, but largely flat-footed here in round 3.
But it seemed like he's got a little bit of a second wind. He wasn't doing this much before the break. He's doing much more now.
Jab gets through for Hines. A lot of these shots are labored. Good job by Diniz to raise the guard. 90 seconds now to decide.
Oh! Kind of cuffed him with that, right?
Oh, nice left hook. Yep.
numbers suggest a pretty big third round for the underdog Alvin Hines. Less than a minute now to go.
He's throwing high kicks. Look at this.
Now, all the hard things that Hayes went through, right? We told you guys walking out. We showed you him walking out, Hines, sorry, how tough he was, how much he went through to get here. Clearly, he's never going to give up because he took a beating in round 1 and 2. And in the third round, he's had his best rounds of this fight. And he barely got the fight 18 days ago.
And fighting a guy with boats of kickboxing experience, UFC experience, right? Oh! Late head kick for the 5-1 favorite, Jhonata Diniz. Jhonata Diniz and Alvin Hines go the distance in our heavyweight opener here at UFC 317.
Early in the fight, the story was the left hand of Jhonata Diniz. So many straight lefts, left hooks, really hurt Hines and had Hines behind the 8 ball. But as the fight went longer, while Diniz still found success, he started to slow down a little bit. And that is when Hines started to make his way back into the fight. Really good third round by Hines, but Diniz got the job done.
Well, following this week's monumental UFC BJJ 1 event, the promotion is excited to announce 3 more events this calendar year. In July, October, and December, the world's top grapplers will return to the mats to compete for the UFC BJJ belt.
He said, DC, did I even get hit? Like, yeah. Yeah, you got hit quite a few times, my friend.
Well, Alvin Hines was certainly hoping that there would be more wrestling success in this fight, but he goes the distance with Jhonata Diniz. Here's Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jhonata Diniz.
All right, so Jhonata Diniz now 3-1 in